guys, welcome back to another video here on Boreal Bushcraft Canada. Today what I'd like to discuss is what I take with me when we go out on multiple day trips. I will be going through all the gear that I take with me, and I will be explaining each piece of kit as we go along. So stay with me, I think this is going to be an interesting one. Okay guys, where I'd like to start is the clothing. I think the clothing is one of the most important things that, you know, that make up for a good kit out in the bush. As far as pants are concerned, I like the Kuhl brand. I guess that's how you pronounce it. It's Kuhl. They're mountain pants, okay, and they're totally reinforced. They're made of 98% cotton and 2% spandex. They have quite a few pockets, you know, where you can keep your folding knives or compasses, your telephone, whatever you want, you know. I mean, they're pretty rugged pants. They dry extremely fast, as a matter of fact. They have this other, I don't know, some sort of lining on the inside that just makes them not waterproof, but they just dry very, very quickly, okay? And I've been wearing these pants for years and I've never had any issues with them. So a good pair of pants, very important. Then what I'd like to move on to is the shirt. The type of shirt that I like to wear, again, is a shirt that has pockets, okay? And a shirt that could be worn as a long sleeve or one that you can roll up, and it has this little flap over here where you can actually button it in the rolled up position, and you can wear it as a short sleeved shirt. So if it gets cold, you can put your sleeves down. Whether it gets a little bit warmer, you just roll them up, and you're not going to have that hassle of always the thing always like unrolling on you when you're in the bush, where if you don't have those little flaps that tie up the sleeve just above the elbow. A good belt always comes in handy. A good leather belt. I mean, you can use it for multiple uses. You can use it as a tie down, you know, keep your pants up, etc. I'm not going to get too much into detail about the belts. Although a wool hat, I don't care what the weather is. I bring this baby even in the middle of the summer, because up north at night it does get nippy, and if you have your head protected, you know, the rest of your body is going to be you know, you're going to keep a pretty good core temperature. It's going to be stabilized. You keep your head exposed, you might run into problems, okay? So a good wool hat does not take up any room, doesn't weigh anything, and it always comes in handy. In the warmer months, I wear my Tilly, okay? It breathes, it keeps the sun away. It's totally, you know, bulletproof as far as I'm concerned. I think that these are one of the best hats that were ever put out in the market, and they carry a lifetime warranty. You lose it, they'll replace it, type of thing, you know. So yeah, my Tilly, I practically don't go anywhere without it during the hotter months. You can also take a baseball cap, you know. It's okay, not my preferred type of headwear, but it's alright, doesn't take up too much room, and could always double as a little shovel. You know, the front part there, you can use it to pick up whatever, you know. That's just a joke, by the way, but it could be used for that. Why not? Another thing a lot of people forget is a bug net. A bug net, baby, during black fly season, indispensable, okay? Again, lightweight, costs like $3-4, and again, it's indispensable. You do need this, okay? And if you can get the gloves that go with this, the bug gloves that are very, very thin, and they're like made out of mesh, all the better, because you sometimes will need it. Moving on to socks. 100% wool socks. That is what I use. I don't use cotton socks, I use wool. Keeps me warm, keeps me cool. It's antibacterial, and it dries up fast when it gets wet. So, wool socks. This year what I'm going to be trying, guys, let me get on this side over here. This year what I'm going to be trying is the Boreal mountain wool anorak. Like I said before, up here in northern Quebec, it does get cold at night during the month of April, May, even sometimes in June. It really gets cold at night. So this baby here, it'll keep me warm. You know, it has a hoodie, and I can wear it at night. If it gets cold in the morning, whatever, I can just slip it on, and it'll double for a blanket. I mean, it just comes above the knee. So this spring, I will be using this. So when we go out, I will be taking this baby with me and see how it works out. A pair of gloves. I always take a pair of gloves with me. These are tactical gloves. I also have a pair of mesh gloves to keep the bugs away, like I said before. But these are also very indispensable. I use them everywhere. A bandana always comes in handy, you know. Now, let's move on. Give me a second while I take this stuff down here, and I'll show you what's behind the clothes, okay? So welcome back. You guys are probably wondering, doesn't this guy bring any rain gear with him? Well, I do. I don't bring rain gear that in the form of a pair of pants, okay? But although what I do bring is this 100% polyester poncho, okay? It is waterproof on one side. The other side is like a camo type of, it's not a fleece, it's polyester. And it keeps the water away. You can use it, you know, as a ground sheet. And I have, if you notice, all the stains on it. And it could also be used as a lean-to if the need be, you know. So it doubles as a lean-to, it doubles as a floor mat, and if it does start raining, you just slip it over your head and away you go. So this 4x6 poncho, and I forgot to mention, it's got its own little bag that you stuff it in, and once it's stuffed, it becomes like about the size of a small little pillow. So yes, it does double as a pillow too if you want. Okay? This is what this is. It's not a curtain, if that's what you guys thought. Moving on to footwear, depending on what the weatherman had said. If they were announcing a lot of rain and slush, whatever, you know, I will take my mucks with me. I don't go anywhere without them when the weather is very wet. They have a pretty good sole to them here for grip, although they're not good on ice. But for mud and for slush, whatever, excellent pair of boots these mucks are. And you can they're waterproof. I mean, you can go just below your knee in water, providing you don't get the water on the inside, and these things are pretty bulletproof. Okay. Other than that, I'll bring my all-around Wolverines. They have a Gore-Tex finish to them inside. I've had these for years. I wear them all the time. They're light, and they're not waterproof, although they are water resistant. What I like about them, they have a great sole. They grip everywhere, whether it be snow, slush, not so much ice, again, but they're light, comfortable, and I can walk all day with them and my feet do not get tired. Something else that I bring with me, now this time you guys might start laughing at me because I'm wearing them now as we speak. Oh yeah. You all know what these are, right? My Crocs don't go anywhere without me. I throw them in my bag. I wear them around camp, like when I'm going in and out of my bag or my hammock or whatever, my bed. Like, there's nothing better than this. You just slip them on, you slip them off. They're comfortable, they're waterproof, and they weigh nothing. Yes, Crocs. And they do come in camel for some of you guys who prefer camel. Stay with me, and we're going to move on. Okay, what you see over here, folks, is something you've probably seen on other videos. I do use it as a backdrop sometimes to cover this wall. And what it is, it's a tarp that I've been using for the longest time. Actually, it's a painter's drop cloth that I've been using for the past couple of years. And as I shape it into the form of a lean-to, and it works pretty well for me. And all I did was I just affixed a few wooden beads with some bank line here, and I've put it like almost every 12 inches, like throughout the whole drop sheet. So I have different points of anchor, so I can make this into a small tent, like an A-frame. I can make a lean-to out of it, and it's been working pretty well so far. And this is the baby that gave me the idea to come up with a 10 by 10 or an 8 by 8 canvas tarp. Okay, so yeah, that's what this baby is. And along with this shelter system, I always carry the 2-man SOL sole in the kits. You know, they always come in handy. And I also have a wool blanket, you know, so but as far as shelter is concerned, so long as I have my my tarp, my canvas tarp, and I have one of these babies here, you know, I'm pretty well covered. I don't have any issues. So let's move on. I'm going to show you where I put all this stuff and how I, you know, take some of this stuff and move it into either a havar sack or my gas mask pouch that can contain just about anything for a day hike. Stay with me, guys. Okay, so what you see here, guys, this is my LK35 Swedish Army rucksack. I purchased this out of the UK, and by the time it got to Canada, it cost me a pretty penny. I think it cost me close to about 80 bucks. It is a super rucksack, and I can fit everything that I need for a 3-day outing, maybe even longer. I've never had any issues with it. It is water resistant, and but I'm not going to get too much into this bag. If anybody is interested, I can do a review on this bag a little bit later on in another video. Although I fit everything that I need in this baby right here, and I just affix my my wool blanket on the top, and then on the bottom part there I'll put my my tarp, okay, my shelter system, and away I go. So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to move the camera to position it so you guys get a better look at what's on the table here, and everything that you see on the table, including my clothes, everything fits into this baby right here. So stay with me while I approach the camera, guys. Okay, well next, guys, where I'd like to start is the heavier items that I pack. I'm going to bring my little Wetterlinks axe here. Sometimes I'll bring this baby here, or sometimes I'll bring a bigger forest axe, but this one here, it works pretty well. Okay, it's not too small, not too big. The next item is the our Boreal Wisdom. I haven't brought it with me in other trips. This will be my first, but I have used this knife on multiple occasions here at home, and I've done some tasks with it, and this will be my main carry from now on, the Boreal Wisdom. Fire lighting tools, I will either be carrying the Big Mama, which is a magnesium rod and a ferrocerium rod. I've explained how this baby here works in other videos, so I'm not going to get into it. I'm pretty sure you guys know what she's all about. Next in line for fire starting, guys, I bring a ferrocerium rod, which is the Big Bertha. It's a 1/2 inch by 5 inch ferrocerium rod, and this baby can throw sparks, trust me. I also have a video where I show you guys how this baby works. Okay. As for you know, seeing in the dark, what I like to do, I like to bring a headlamp, okay, and I also bring a flashlight. Now this flashlight here is very bright, guys. I purchased this baby over here along with 2 other ones, a pack of 3 at Costco for like 20 bucks, and the batteries were included in it. Okay, so you got all the batteries plus 3 flashlights for about 20 bucks, which is a steal, I think. Only thing is, the batteries that come with this flashlight only last for a limited time, so you do have to buy yourself some backup batteries. Speaking of batteries, guys, I like to try to keep my batteries all the same size. All the units that I use that need batteries, whether it be my flashlight, my GPS, anything that needs batteries, I am going to try to keep them all the same size, meaning all my stuff works on AAA's. So I'll load all of my equipment, like I'll load my lights, and I'll carry like about 4 or 5 spare AAA batteries. I'm not going to carry AAA's, A's, C's, D's, whatever. One size battery to fit all of my electronic devices. Navigation, I discussed the GPS. I always take this baby with me. I think it's the easiest and the safest way to work. I mean, you go for a day trip, you start, foraging, or you lose track of where you're going. So as soon as you press the button on this thing here, it'll track you everywhere. You put it in your pocket, forget about it. Okay? Then you just double back on your own tracks. You won't get lost. And as a backup, and believe me, I never had to use it, although I keep it with me, okay? And I orient myself so that I know in which direction I'm going or where I am, so that I know how to orient myself to head out of the bush. I take my my Silva Ranger, and it's always worked for me, although I just noticed that there's an air bubble, okay? And actually there's nothing really to worry about, providing that the air bubble is not bigger than maybe what, a 1/4 inch, I think they say, or something. If it's smaller than a 1/4 inch, it's usually due to the fact of weather deviation or atmospheric pressure, or something to do with that. But sometimes, I mean, you can look at this thing tomorrow and the bubble is not going to be there. So if your bubble is a very small, it ain't really a problem, okay? And then on the other hand, I believe that that Silva guarantees this. So if I would make a call to Silva customer service, they'd probably replace this baby without a word. I mean, they won't give you no hassles. They stand behind their product. Okay. Another thing that I like to bring with me, of course, as far as cutting tools, yes, we did speak about the Wisdom, but as neck carry, I'm either going to bring either one of these Moras. It'll either be the Bushcraft Black or this model here. Okay, that's for my neck carry. I usually bring the Bushcraft Black, I'll be honest with you. As far as a saw, I bring my backhoe. Okay, this works amazingly well, guys. And I prefer the orange to the camo or the Odie green, because at least this guy here, I can see him in the snow. I'll see him if he falls in the foliage during the fall. It's just a question of taste. I prefer the blazing orange, hunter's orange. I carry a little everyday carry tin, with different stuff in here, like little sail needles and little flashlight. I'm not going to open it because everybody knows about this little kit that I put together. Okay. Side carry, my Leatherman. Always take it with me. Okay. I also bring a hussif or a sewing kit. I'll just throw that in my rucksack and I'll just keep it there. My kuksa for drinking water or hot tea or what have you. And you'll notice in here I got some wooden beads. Well, they're not for show. I use these things to make anchor points if I need on tarps or shelters, what have you. Okay? And to pass my time, I might make a set of ranger beads or pacing beads, whatever. Survival bracelet made out of 550 paracord. Doesn't take up any room. Put it around my wrist and away you go.